I got number 24 wrong.
24. The passage suggests that Garcia assumes which one of the following to have been true of Mexican Americans between 1930 and 1960. So this is specifically talking about Garcia, right? Mm-hmm. And it's talking about Mexican Americans. Why is that significant?
Because he's not particularly talking about just the activists, he's talking about everyone as a whole.
Yes,
that's
like
my
the group
issue.
as a whole.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you could be talking about the leaders, you could be talking about the activists, or you could just be talking about Mexican Americans in general. Okay, so answer choice A, increased ethnic consciousness among Mexican Americans accounted for an increase in political activity among them. Ooh, what does Garcia think of this? Anyone? Courtney?
That variables such as patterns of bilingualism and rates of Mexican immigration and naturalization are what affects, and like variations in ethnic consciousness.
Yes, okay. So you're interpreting that sentence correctly in the sense that lines 54, 55 talk about these variables, right? Patterns of bilingualism, rates of immigration and naturalization, and those things apparently help create ethnic consciousness, right? There's where you have to kind of read backwards. Just read backwards. In any case, though, there's a problem.
That's what the
author, not Garcia.
That's what the author says. So answer choice A is wrong because I'm not even sure if this is true, but even if it were, the author is talking, not Garcia, right? Yep. Leslie, did you say something?
No, that was.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. Now the increased part, I'm not so sure. I'm not even sure if that's true. But anyways, answer choice A, we can just get rid of it because we say, hey, this was by the author, not Garcia. Answer choice B, increased familiarity among Mexican Americans with United States culture accounted for an increase in political activity. What did Garcia think of this? Sarah, you're nodding your head.
Yeah, he agreed with that.
Okay.
Because in the third paragraph, he says, noting that by 1930, the proportion of Mexican American population had increased, and it was more acculturated and hence more politically active.
Yeah, excellent. So lines 45 and 46. Yeah. So Garcia comes out and says this. So this is a Morgan, you're laughing?
Now after the fact.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I see that. That's cool. Yeah. So that's supported by 45 and 46. Are you cool with that, Kristen?
Yes.
What answer did you choose?
I chose E, I guess for a couple of reasons. I immediately thought of Mexican American activists, so I included that word in the question.
Okay.
And then
So when E says many Mexican Americans, you were like
the activists.
too broad.
And then when I saw the
No, wait, hold on. Can we just stop there for 1 second?
Sure.
Did anyone get rid of E on the basis of many Mexican Americans?
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, you did? Why?
Because he doesn't talk about really many Mexican Americans. Generally,
So here's a question for you. Garcia does talk about activists, right? And Mexican American leaders. So if something is true about them, would it be true about many Mexican Americans?
technically yes, but
Did you say technically? Because you know the LSAT's obsessed with technicalities. Okay, so here's a thought. I would be suspicious of this answer because of many Mexican Americans, but I'd also think technically this could be true. And since this is the passage suggests that Garcia assumes, I might be like, okay, this is not out yet. But I agree, it's like a chip on my shoulder, but it's not like I'm gone. Cool? Okay, yeah.
Just in the same vein, at the beginning of the third paragraph, it says Garcia may be exaggerating like how representative the activists were of the entire population. So like maybe Garcia would say that many Mexican Americans.
Yeah, so maybe Garcia would be thinking it's much more, they are having a much greater impact than what's really the case. Yeah, for sure. But anyways, let's keep going because we can kill this answer for a lot of other reasons. or at least one. What other issues did we have with it? Yeah? Oh. Go.
Say what it was. Your idea.
Oh, well, so, because we were talking about it, and I originally had E circled, and then I changed it to B because he uses patronizing rhetoric of World War II slogans when in the paragraph they call
Inclusive.
it inclusive, and I
Yeah.
thought maybe they were using patronizing in a different way than I know patronizing means.
It doesn't sound
But-
good.
Yeah, but so that's why I ended up going with.
That's why I ultimately got rid of it. Like, once I read that word, I was like, no, inclusive, patronizing, those seem very different.
Yeah.
And so this is line 48. That said, some people take issue with some things that come before that. Does anyone take issue with anything that comes before that? I don't necessarily know that they are a nail in the coffin, but Kristen?
I would assume their experience.
By their experience of discrimination. I think they did have an experience of discrimination. This is on line 47.
Clearly, I didn't closely read this one.
But do you see that on 47?
Yeah, clearly I just didn't closely read this one at all.
Well, I think it's tough. It's a lot of bad writing.
Well, it
So.
says they were, if like the activists were influenced by their experience, not necessarily that they were moved to protest. They were just influenced by it.
Yeah.
But it does, because I had that same thought too, but then it says that they were determined to achieve full civil rights. So
Yeah.
like it didn't
So
seem like
maybe
that big of
that's
a
their
leap that they were
political
moved to political protests.
protest.
Because I
Yeah.
said the same thing, but I don't know.
Yeah. Bottom line here, and I think we all agree on this, as we're reading through this answer choice, it's got some issues, but patronizing, I think, is the, let's knock it out. All right, how about answer choice D? Was anyone tempted by this? I don't remember them ever talking about the Mexican Americans in general being moved to political militancy, and I'm not even sure that happened with the activists. We know that happened with the later activists, right? But not the ones we were talking about. C, bottom line, why is this wrong? Yeah, it's the opposite, right? Lack of interest? No. The assimilation accounted for an increased interest in political activity. They just gave us a 180 here, okay? Any other questions on 24? Kristen, you feel good about it?
I do.
Cool.